Joe, how are you? Hello, you gorgeous thing. How are you tonight? Hi, Tony.
Hello, Lee.
Well, how's it going, Tiffany? What's good tonight?
I wasn't very hungry. Just got a little sirloin steak.
That sounds pretty good. Hey, I think I'll have a sirloin steak, red, hash brown potatoes, green peas, cup of coffee, apple pie and cheese. Oh, wait a minute. I think maybe I ought to have a salad first. A combination, huh? Thanks. I wasn't very hungry myself.
So I hear. I understand No, Georgette isn't doing so well these days. Can it be that you're falling down in your old age?
I'm afraid maybe you might be right. Oh, no, I'll figure something out.
Like monkeys in the mezzanine or leopards in the lobby or...
Lines at the box office, I hope. Now, don't rub it in, Mary. You know, it's press agents, or rather, exploitation engineers like me that make big stories for little newspaper girls like you.
Oh, boy. Have you a program?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Well, how's tricks?
Great. I made a 15-cent tip all afternoon.
Boy, I thought Lee Adams could put anything over. But a few more days like this, and we'll be looking for new jobs.
Kind of dismal, all right.
Dismal? A lady was just complaining because it was so lonesome in the balcony. Hey, what you going to do after you check up?
Oh, I'm going straight home.
Then we can ride up on the subway together.
Well, I believe my father's coming by for me.
There's nothing wrong, is there?
No. Why?
Oh, I don't get a chance to see you anymore. I mean, we used to have a lot of good times together, and now, it's always something.
Girl's got to think about her future.
Sure. I know, honey. I don't mean to criticize it. I was only thinking.
Well, don't.
Yeah.
Hello, Eddie.
Hello, Mr.
Good
Walton.
afternoon, Mr. Walton.
Hello there, Betty.
I called your hotel several times today. They said you weren't in.
No, I had a lot of things to do.
Well, I just wanted to tell you what a wonderful time I had last night.
Hello, Walton. Oh, hello, Dean. How's business? Well, you see for yourself. It's a good matinee for us. Sometimes at night we have 10 more people. We need one of your treatments. Is Barney upstairs? Yes, he's just asking for you. You want to see him? Yeah, I'd like to. You know, I got an idea. Well, we can use it.
Lee Adams is in Barney's office. Maybe he's got an idea.
He'd better have. A couple of more matinees like this, and we'll all be looking up at the curve.
You bet.
I saw a man in the balcony.
Yeah. He got lost up there last night. He couldn't find his way out. Hello, Dan. Say, I hope you're not here on the business.
No, we can't pinch you trumpet players for your bad notes.
Oh, no trumpets. No, I play the piccolo.
Hello, Mr. O'Reilly.
Hi, Eddie.
Okay. Betty told me you were coming for her.
Yes. Say, what time did you kids get home last night?
Why, that is weird.
Yes, I know. 4 o'clock. Now, look, Eddie. She's just a baby. I depend on you to look after her.
Sure. Don't worry, I will. Have you said anything to her?
No, she was asleep when I left the house this morning. I thought I'd mention it tonight. Well, so long.
Pardon me. My name is Elmer. Elmer Austin. Do you think Mr. Booth could use an harmonica player?
No. No.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Gee, I got an idea that will spread the 47th Street Theater all over the front page. That's what we need.
How much will it cost?
Can you dig up $10,000?
$10,000.
Money? Yeah, in cash. Can you dig it up?
Well, in a pinch.
Your show's flopping all over the place. Don't you call that in a pinch? Suppose he gets the money. What then? He gives it to you. You put it in a small black bag and take it to the washroom of the Manx Hotel at 10 o'clock in the morning.
What's he going to do with $10,000 in the washroom of the Manx Hotel?
He's going to leave it there.
Now, wait a minute. Let's start this all over again. I'll say to you, what's your big idea? And then you tell me slowly. so I can understand.
In words of one syllable. So you can understand. Well, here's the way I got it figured out. The only thing I'm interested in this morning is honest John Brady. Did you get hold of him?
Well, I didn't talk to him, but I left a message.
The minute he comes in, I want to see him.
Yes, sir.
Third note to your left, sir.
Thank you, my boy. Do you smoke?
Yes, sir.
Well, you shouldn't. It's a loathsome habit.
But I tell you, Mr. Adams is nothing.
Well, then how about you yourself? Now, do you carry insurance? Do you realize that
I realize that you're taking up a lot of my time.
Oh, but this is a matter involving your whole future. For 25 cents a week, I can insure you for life.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, it's quite all right. It's entirely my fault. Rushing around like this will cause accidents. No, and speaking of accidents, are you insured?
Well, now that is...
Exactly. That's the answer of 4 out of 5 men. You realize that $1 a week will insure you for life? That by systematic saving you can...
Don't apologize, young man. The common ordinary cold is the most annoying and the most treacherous of all human ailments. Now, I, personally, am never troubled with bronchitis or irritation of the bronchi since years ago that famous old Indian chief, High Hat of the Chapeau, gave me this boon to humanity, this savior of civilization, this nature's remedy, Dr. Brady's snake oil.
Oh, yes, I know, but insurance, you see...
Oh, yes, of course, insurance is all very well in the way. But all insurance in the world will not do 1/10 as much good as the contents of this little vial. It is the oilless rattlesnake. Get it from the burning wastelands of Death Valley, the great sacrifice of human life. Take it, hold it, feel the life-warm, giving qualities even through the glass. Use it, and after 3 applications, you'll have a throat like a thrush, clear, bell-like notes will ripple forth, and you'll be the envy of all who behold for the small sum of 50 cents or 2 bottles for $1.
Yes, but now, are you sure that
Oh,
this
my
is...
boy, this was a very fortunate meeting. My day has been made complete in that I have helped you with your affliction. Go now, son, and may the spirit of old Chief High Hat guard you.
Yeah, well, thanks. Thanks a lot. I'll go right home and try it.
You don't mean to tell me that you sold something to an insurance agent?
Why, of course, my dear. A very simple little remedy. I'm never without it. Are you troubled with colds, pains in the head, spots before the eyes? You...
Pardon me. Yes, Mr. Adams.
You trying to find honest John?
All right. Now I know who you are. You're honest John Brady.
Guilty.
You may go right in. Mr. Adams is expecting you.
Thank you, my dear.
Oh, thank you.
Well, you old buzzard, you. By golly, I'm glad to see you, John. You're looking great.
I feel excellent, Lee, my boy. How did you find me?
Through billboard, I saw your name in the carnival section. What kind of a season did you have?
Fair, only fair. The carnival racket is not what it was when you was in it, Lee, my boy. People don't seem so impressed with honest John Brady's snake oil anymore.
No, they get that snake oil over the radio now, don't they?
Ah, yes, the radio. That was the death knell to barkers and spielers like me. Why, even Carter's Carnival put in a loudspeaker system. Can you imagine honest John telling the yokels about Nellie, the beautiful tattooed lady, by crooning into a microphone?
No, I can't. Incidentally, how is Nellie, the tattooed lady?
Well, haven't you heard? She's out of the racket.
No, not Nellie, the only fat tattooed woman in the business.
Nellie fell in love. Had her face lifted, and all her pictures went out of focus.
Ouch. Certainly fell for that one, didn't I? Well, John? I see you still have Fina.
Oh, yes, wouldn't be without her. We've been all over the world together.
Well, tell me, John, where are you and Fina headed?
We'd like to go to Florida to join the Holland Wild Animal Show, but
Trouble with shorts?
we're practically destitute.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, John. Maybe you can help me out then. You see, I'm in a tough spot. Of course, I can't guarantee you a lot of dough, but I might be able to wangle a ticket out to Florida and, oh, maybe a couple of dollars to vote.
Forget the dough. If you're in the spot, that's enough for me. Now, what do you want me to do? Slip somebody the old McGinn?
No, John, no. Nothing like that. But I do want you to be a sandwich man for a day.
Sandwich man? Wait a minute, Lee. What do you mean? Carry one of those signs around?
Exactly. Here's the sign right back here. What do you think of it?
Well, the sign's all right, but...
Here's what I want you to do, John. Tomorrow morning, I want you to put that sign on, and at 10 o'clock, go to the washroom of the Manx Hotel and pick up a little black bag that you'll find there. And take it to the nearest police station. Exactly.
Well, if you say so, it's okay with me, but it sure sounds screwy.
He ought to be here in a couple of minutes.
You must be crazy, Lee.
Why?
Do you realize we'll have $10,000 walking around town in charge of somebody we don't know?
Now, wait a minute. I know him.
Why don't we use stage money?
Look, we've got to make this thing look as legitimate as possible. Now, will you go and do your part and let me do the worrying?
Yeah, I suppose there's no use both of us worrying.
Right.
How are you, pal? I'm all right. How are you?
Oh, I'm terrible. I'm pretty near dead with indigestion.
Why don't you take Burpo?
Burpo, what's that?
That's what you're advertising for indigestion.
Oh, is that what that says? Say, I know you'll take one of these.
Yeah. What is it?
It's a spread prosperity letter.
Yeah?
Just send a dime to the name on top and add your name to the bottom.
Oh.
Share your wealth, pal. Share your wealth.
Very well, eh? Send a dime. Well, I'll try that. Did he say send a dime or find a dime?
Wait a minute, lady. Wait just a minute now. Stop wearing the trail in the carpet and talk slow. Now, where was he last seen?
He was playing cops and robbers with my Jimmy.
Was he a cop or a robber?
He was a robber.
We'll find him.
Now, you see, the good man says he'll find him. Don't you worry. Everything's going to be all right. Now, I'll tell you that now. Everything will be all right. Good boy.
We've got to dig up something new, Miss Larkin.
I photographed that dame from every angle.
Did we get one of her peering through the bars?
Yes, don't you remember? That's the one she's going to autograph on. Well, here he is, Mrs. Schultz. All safe and sound, and a fine boy he is, too.
Oh, where did you find him?
An officer picked him up in 6th Avenue.
Well, he didn't need to get him so dirty, did he? Come, Mrs. Murphy. Let that be a lesson for you, Dan. Don't go around picking up strange children.
Can you beat it? Well, he didn't need to get him so dirty, did he? And never a thank you. Oh, a policeman's lot is not a happy one.
Is this where you return found articles that are lost?
No, it's where you return lost articles that are found. What did you find?
This.
Where'd you find it?
Washroom, Manx Hotel.
Name?
John Brady.
Oh, black bag with straps. Contents?
I don't know.
Yeah, all right, Bo, give me that back, will you? Good grief, man, look what it is. 50, 120, 170, 270. Why, it's a fortune. Here, Miss Larkin, help count. 300, 350, 450.
Here's a little thousand.
Aye. 2,400.
Oh, this is good.
2,450. 25. 26. 27. 28. 28.50.
Michael, here's a new one, and it's great. Sandwich man finds fortune. And...
I'm way ahead of you.
Now, right here, sir. And you're holding the bag.
Am I in?
Try to keep you out. All set, Michael?
Remember, 2 L's in O'Reilly, Miss Larkin.
All ready now. Smile. Hold it.
Hey, Mary, that's great. You know, I'm proud of you.
I'm kind of proud of myself. At least I'm lucky to have been there.
Lucky? What do you mean, luck? Well, that comes from being on the job.
You should have seen O'Reilly's face when he opened the bag. I don't believe the old man knew what was in it. You know, a person has to be basically right to do what that old fellow did.
You're right.
I'm not sure I could do it.
Of course you could.
Just think. He picked up that bag and went straight to the police with it.
Well, so what? There was nothing else for him to do.
Why? Suppose he kept the money.
Couldn't very well do that. He'd spoil a good story.
Sometimes I could choke you. You're so steeped in this Broadway atmosphere that you can't see anything else.
Now listen, honey. You know very well it was a good story, and I only hope that you'll follow up with a better one. After all, of course, that's your end of it. I'm only a press agent. Which reminds me I have to check in at that theater.
Could Mr. Booth use a piccolo player?
No.
Oh. Sure hated to walk out of that washroom and leave all that money behind.
I suppose that is you on the bootblack stand. I was afraid to look up.
Yeah, that's right, John, it was. And it worked like a charm, didn't it?
You know, so far, so good. But when do we start to sell more tickets?
Well, you ought to start to feel it tomorrow night. The morning papers can't help but carry the story of Walton's identification of the bag, and naturally they'll mention the theater and the show.
Well, I hope you're right.
Well, it's nearly time for the third act. You want to catch it?
Which one is it this time, Walton? Third from the end?
That gives me an idea.
He's a good treasurer, but stood stick to the front of the house.
Oh, Walton's all right. Every man has his hobby, and his happens to be women.
Yes, and young ones. Last act. Last act. Last act. Last act.
I'm awfully glad that David got that money back, Mr. Walton.
Yes, was lucky, wasn't it?
You know, I think a person like that sandwich man deserves an awful lot of credit. Don't you?
Oui. Yes, please. Same place, same time?
Oh, I love it.
Good.
How's it going, kid?
Oh, hello, Dad. Pretty good. I understand you had some excitement today.
What do you mean the money? Barney upstairs?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, hello, Mr. O'Reilly.
How are you, Eddie? Business getting any better?
Not yet, but we hope it will be.
Well, I got to see your boss. You two kids will be good.
We will, Dad.
Okay, Mr. O'Reilly.
Snooping again, huh?
Oh.
And here's your ticket to Florida. And here's $100 in cash for your trouble.
No trouble at all, gentlemen. It was a pleasure.
The train leaves at midnight, John. And thanks very much, and let me hear from you.
I'll send you an alligator.
Yeah, Brady said you were here, so I came right in.
Oh, sure, Dan. You're always welcome.
Just thanking Mr. Brady here.
Well, I should think so. Glad you're here, Brady. There'll be a certain amount of formality about the identification of that money, so stick around where we can get hold of you. How's the show, Barney? You think I'd like it?
Sure, Dan. There'll be a couple of seats at the box office. Pick them up anytime.
Thanks, that's fine. I appreciate it. Oh, by the way, Brady, where did you get that sign you were carrying around today?
Oh, that time?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, you see, I
was wondering. You know, Tony's place has been closed for 6 months.
$10,000 found by a sandwich man was the weekend receipt of the 47th Street Theater, where No Georgette is apparently headed for a successful run.
sounds like a lot of money for that show.
Certainly does. You know, John, I have a hunch that it's going to turn out all right. You see, it was... Funny. Hello. Oh, hello, Mary. How's Trick?
Not so good. I suppose you're sitting there chortling with glee. Well, you've done it again, haven't you? You've got the theater and the show on the front page, and my first story with a byline is a cheap fake.
Well, Mary, you got it all wrong. I had no idea.
Of course you did. You knew about it last night when you told me what a great story it was.
Mary Larkin, you're going to meet me tonight as usual, or I'll...
No, not there or any place where I'll run into you.
Great girl, eh?
Morning, Chief. I'm packing.
Packing? What's the trouble? Somebody make you a better offer?
I know it. Oh, that's Sandwich Man's story.
Yes, that's Sandwich Man's story. Young lady, I'm making a personal call to tell you what I think about that.
I don't blame you, Mr. Sandwich. It's terrible.
Terrible? It's one of the best human interest stories of the year.
But it...
Mary Larkin, yesterday when you wrote that yarn, you believed it. You must have.
Yes, I did.
Of course you did. The people who read it believed it. Thousands of school children have been reading in their copybooks the old adage, honesty is the best policy. Now get after your follow-up and make it good. John, tell me. Is there any particular reason why you have to leave town?
All these pictures,
Yeah.
they go all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
I figured I'd be a little more secure with some carnival company.
You're not by any chance hiding out, are you?
Well, there is a little matter pending in the Middle West, Kansas to be exact.
I see. Suppose you tell me all about it.
Well, it was really nothing. We had to keep the high diver on the platform for half hour till the boys could go through the crowd and collect getaway money.
I see. You call that business, but they call it...
Larceny, I believe.
Ah, that's nice. Well, maybe they won't see the pictures. Yeah. All right, put him on. Yes, Barney. What? Okay, 3 o'clock. That was Barney Booth. All excited. He wants you at the theater at 3 o'clock. The newsreel men will be there.
There. Don't like all this business, Lee.
Oh, don't be silly. You're going to be famous.
Yeah, I'll be infamous if they see me in Kansas.
Oh, now, don't be ridiculous. Turn around. I want to see this thing. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's better. How about that O'Reilly? Is he safe?
Well, of course he is. After all, this is no crime.
Well, I'll bet it is in Kansas. Now, as long as I'm to be featured as an honest man, you better keep those for me.
Business cards, huh? And gray?
Only in spots.
All aces?
No, there's a few kings and queens.
Hello, Lee. Now, listen, John. Don't forget to say 47th Street Theater plainly. Just imagine this newsreel goes to every little town in the country.
That'll be nice.
Yeah, that's swell. Look, John, people are starting to talk about you already.
They must be going to take pictures.
Of course. This is the place that lost the money, you know, that the sandwich man found.
Oh, well, there he is.
Isn't he cute? Cute. Chubby.
Maybe we ought to keep you around here.
No, I'd rather go to Jacksonville.
I got it. We'll make you head usher. Then they'll have to buy tickets to see you. We'll get you a swell uniform and then...
All right, boys, we all set now?
Yeah. Ready?
All right, Light. All right, now, Barney. You shake hands from now. We'll get a shot of Brady later on. You ready, boys? Yes. All right, roll it.
On behalf of the 47th Street Theater, Mr. Brady, I want to thank you. Your honesty saved the salary of everyone connected with our show, No Georgette.
Now move in, get a nice close-up. Now listen, there's 100 million people going to hear and see this all over the world. Yeah. Including Kansas, every nook and corner, so give.
Turned out to be quite a stunt, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was just wondering where I come in.
What do you mean?
I was just wondering what had happened if I...
If you what?
Nothing. I was just wondering.
Are you all ready, boys? All right, roll it. Ladies and gentlemen.
Just a minute. The point is we want to see your face. Now, keep your face this way, will you? That's it. Now, right there, see?
All right,
Okay?
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, for your edification and
just a minute.
amusement...
You don't seem to get what I mean. You see that little hole in the camera there?
Yeah.
Well, you just keep looking at that, see? All right now? Okay.
This afternoon, I'm reminded of my father, who said, as he mounted the scaffold, this will be a lesson to me. This will be a lesson to me.
Hello, Faye.
Is Mr. Adams in yet?
Yes, over there in the corner.
Right. Have you ever seriously considered the subject of pie and pie eating? No? Ah, a most interesting study. You see, there are three separate and distinct types of pie eaters. First, there's the simple, direct soul, who meets the problem head-on and cuts the point off, like this, then continues on back to the crust. Secondly, there is what we call the corner cutter, who begins as the first, only then continues on back by cutting from corner to corner, like that. Now, such a one is invariably an issue evader, as opposed to the forceful, direct point clipper. Then, as a third, we have the custard cutie type, who never eats the crust. Such a one usually is a fuss-budget who daintily scoops out the filling. Of course, this type usually runs toward creams and meringue. Then we have the woman pie eater.
I don't eat pie, at least not in public.
Well, as I live and breathe, Miss Larkin. I was afraid you weren't going to show up.
I tried hard not to.
Where were you all afternoon?
I was out working on the sandwich man story.
Oh, let's forget all about the sandwich man.
I can't. Standish liked it and wants me to follow through.
Great.
Aren't you worried?
Worried? Why?
Because it's a fake.
Is it?
Well, isn't it?
Now, wait a minute. You're not really hungry, are you? What do you say we go out and find romance?
What would you suggest? Moonlight on the Mediterranean? Shores of Capri? Or the beaches like Tahiti?
I know a swell bench up in Central Park.
I wonder why I let you do me this way.
We'll talk that over later. Incidentally, you've got to stop in at the theater and see John in his new uniform.
Well, come on, come on.
I'll call you.
Hey, you gonna come up to see me too, kid?
Not on your last time out.
Well, chuck your lamps on this. 4 Queen's husbands.
Holy smoke.
Hello, John.
You are the luckiest.
Say, John, why don't you get happy? Come on, sit in the game.
No, thanks. I never play cards.
Yeah, what do you want to pick on him for? Aren't you making enough out of us? Come on, let's play this.
Here's the key to the crying room, kid. You want all the time crying, you lose it, you know. The winners, they tell jokes. Well, come on, it don't grow in your hands. What do you do?
Well, I'm a sucker, but I'll call too.
Yeah, well, come on. What's the matter with you?
I'm out.
He's out. What do you think? Look.
Holy smoke, he's in again. You beat that for luck.
That's too lucky for me. I quit.
He quit. What do you think?
Must be the 7th son of the 7th son.
I believe I will try a hand, if you don't mind. Poker, isn't it?
Sure it's a poker. What do you think? The racehorse? Put on your rubber boots, kid. Get your foot wet.
Yeah, he's just in time to win the deal, John. Maybe you'll change my luck.
I win the deal.
Sure he wins the deal. It's luck. And I sell you 2 stacks.
Well, I'll pay you Saturday. Kind of sticky or gummy something, huh?
Yeah.
Do you happen to have another deck?
Sure. Give him the red one.
Yeah, here you are, John. Here's a nice day.
Oh, thanks. Oh, boy, those are great. Oh, excuse me. That's kind of clumsy.
It's all right. It's all right.
Oh, those are fine, yes.
Happy days out of here again, boys.
How am I doing, all right?
Oh, yeah. Look, he's doing better now.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do all right now.
Well, put up, fellas. There's Andy here, Uncle.
I'm in. Come on, John. Feed the kitty.
See?
There's something on the table.
So long since I played the... There we go.
No, that goes to him and that goes to
Oh,
him.
excuse me. So long since I played poker.
That's all right.
Huh?
He's doing all right. Pretty good.
There you are.
Yeah, wait a minute. Don't be stingy. It's only 4 cards. Give us another card.
You have to have 5 cards, John.
Sure. I'm thinking something.
4 cards.
That's not
That's better. Well, fellas, I think I cracked the pots wide open.
I'll stay.
Well, I'll take a little ride.
Well, I think I'll take a little journey myself. No, wait a minute. I think I made an error. Pretty good hand. Would it be all right if I put in some more chips, raise it, you say?
Oh, sure. Go ahead. It's all right with me.
As far as you like,
Of
George.
course, friendly game, you know.
Yeah, sure.
Well, the quicker I get rid of these, the quicker the game will be over, so...
I'll see everything when you put up.
I'll stay.
I'll see it.
Fine, now I win.
No, wait a minute. What's the matter? You got to draw cards.
Oh,
That's why they call it draw poker.
Give me 1 card, please.
One? I'll play these, thank you. Don't he have to draw?
Well, I'll take one.
Well, take it.
Give me one.
Take as many as you like. We got plenty of them here.
Be enough, John.
How many are you going to take?
I think I'll take a look.
Pretty good, too.
Well, pretty good hand. I believe it's all the same to you gentlemen. I'll draw 3 cards.
It's all right with me.
1, 2, 3 cards.
Right.
Now then.
I bet 3. Huh?
Three and 3 better.
You raise, huh?
I raised it. No call.
I'll call.
Well, come on. What are you going to do?
Come on, John. You're holding up the parade.
Come on, John. What's the matter? What's the matter? What's the matter, John? What's the matter?
Come on, John.
Come on. What do you got? You got something? You got nothing.
Sorry, gentlemen. I haven't got a thing. It's too rich for my blood. Oh, hello, Mr. Riley. Nice day. I hope.
looks like a big day.
Can you imagine Lee Adams getting a break like this? A whole Boy Scout troop in his lobby.
Yes, now, Vic, each one of them bought a ticket.
Say, I saw Barney Booth last night, and he was all smiles.
Why shouldn't he be? Business has increased 500%.
Yeah, and who cares whether they come to see No-No Georgette or Honest John? The point is, they come. Come on now, John. They're waiting for you in the lobby, so make it snappy.
Why do they always have fried chicken at those luncheons?
What are you talking about? 3 weeks ago, you weren't on speaking terms with a fried chicken. Eddie, help John on with his coat, will you?
Sure.
Now, snap it up, boy. This is a big day.
Rotary clubs, fried chicken, Boy Scouts, Eagle buttons.
And you all set, boys? You'll be out in a minute. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Oh, that's all right, Lee. We just came for the ride. Say, is it true they've made Honest John a Kentucky colonel? Absolutely. And another thing, he's going to be psychoanalyzed in the Times this week. Oh, and remember, boys, it's not news unless it's printed.
Pardon me.
No.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Oh, beg your pardon. Hiya, Gracie, old pal. How about this nib?
Barney's frothing at the mouth. Pull up your socks and get in there.
Oh, quiet down, will you, Barney?
Quiet. Quiet when I'm faced with... Oh, so at last you're here. Put a man out on a limb and then saw the tree down. Where are you when I need you?
Calm down, Barney. You'll be telling your right name.
What?
Go ahead, Barney. Don't mind me.
Looks like you're in, Dan. Suppose you tell it.
Oh, it's nothing much. We just got this wire down at headquarters, and I'm supposed to investigate. It's from the chief of police in Abilene, Kansas.
Man known as Honest John in newsreel, partially identified as John Brady. Wanted here for larceny, check and wire.
Howdy, slaves.
Hello, ma'am. All right.
Have the festivities started yet?
No, we're waiting for Honest John.
Hey, Stunt. Right in, salute. Salute.
John Brady, on behalf of the Boy Scouts of Troop 13, and through them, on behalf of all the boys in America, to whom you have set an example of honesty and straightforwardness, I greet you. It is no small privilege and no little obligation to know that you represent an ideal, and we want you to know that we, representing young America, believe in you. And in all sincerity, we give you this badge of merit to show in this way our appreciation.
Thank you, Brother Scout.
All right, fellas. 3 minutes for Honest John Brady. Now let's go. Honest John Brady. Rock, rock, rock. Honest John Brady.
I felt like a heel standing in front of all of those boys knowing that I'm a fake.
Well, after all, it was the Boy Scout thing that saved you a bacon. Dan couldn't very well arrest a public hero.
No, but if he finds out that I'm not on the level, that money thing was
How
staged...
did he do that, John?
He has a very fair start with that phony sign.
Yeah, I know. I'm afraid that's bad.
How did you slip up on that?
Well, I tell you, John, I wouldn't have minded them finding out about the stunt. It would have meant more publicity, but how did I know that you were going to become famous overnight?
Yeah, it was that story of Mary Larkin's that did that. She made me wish that I really was a hero.
If you were, it would have saved a lot of trouble. Why aren't you?
For the same reason you are not, my boy. The school we came from, the squawk of the sucker was our graduation music. All of the rest of the world was hicks. We were the wise ones. Yeah. Well, I didn't feel very proud of myself yesterday.
Yeah, I was kind of looking for a hole to crawl into myself. Well, bound to work out all right eventually. Of course, that is, if we watch our steps.
Well, you're a cinch, and I certainly won't talk. Barney can't afford to, and that leaves Walton.
Yeah. Walton.
You seem kind of worried, Barney. What's the matter?
Nothing. Nothing at all. Business is good and everything's running smoothly.
Oh, it's all right then. Well, maybe you might have heard Dan O'Reilly had been asking me questions.
What did you tell him?
Practically nothing. Just kind of left it up in the air. You know, Barney, I've been thinking about taking a trip. You know, a little vacation. I thought perhaps in view of my loyal services, you might like to finance it.
You mean if I don't, you'll...
Oh, but you will, won't you, Barney?
No, I won't. You're holding me up and I...
You know, Barney, there comes a time in every man's life when he absolutely holds the world and the jug and the cork in his hand. Now, some men, through a mistaken idea of loyalty or chivalry or some of that nonsense, throw the cork away. But they're suckers, Barney, and I'm not. Now, you, Honest John, Lee Adams, you've all got yours. Now it's my turn. Being easy on you, Barney. Better think it over. Florida's lovely this time of year. A couple of months down there, I'd come back a changed man.
Come in. What's the trouble? Little boy blue?
Indigo.
Try blowing your horn up and down Broadway.
Yeah. I'd like to be under the haystacks, sound asleep.
What's the matter? Cows in the corn?
Yeah, but I don't mind that. It's the booze that have me worried.
What do you say we go to Coney Island and cheer up,
Yeah, maybe that's a pretty good idea. Or couldn't we go to the Brooklyn Bridge and jump off?
A little ducking might do you some good at that.
There's a lady here to see you, Mr. Walton.
A lady? Interesting, if true. I'll be right up.
No. I wish somebody would give him a job so he won't bring his piano in here. He's been such a pest.
Well, Leo. Well, how are you?
Why, Blake, dear, it's been so long.
Yes, has it? Shall we,
Thanks, honey. You're welcome.
So, you're all bedded down in a soft berth, are you? And me trying hard to keep eating.
Now, please, Lil, I was going to send for you just as soon as...
As soon as camels wear galoshes? Well, here I am, and here I stay. So make up your mind, you got a boarder.
Well, that's fine. I'm delighted. Of course, I'm terribly busy now. Suppose you come back after the show tonight, and you can see the show in the meantime, and then we can have a little chat. Of course, I've got a lot to do.
Yes, well, make sure part of it isn't figuring how to run out on me again.
Oh, Leo, how could you?
After all these years of rehearsal, it's easy for me. But remember, I'm here to stay.
Woodside 98322. Okay. Hello, Betty. Can you talk? Sure. Well, how'd you like to go to Florida? That's the girl. Now, here's what you'll have to do.
What are you doing there?
Oh, it's none of your business.
It is, too. That's a traveling bag.
Oh, you've got good eyesight, haven't you?
Yeah. Who's it belong to?
It belongs to a man in the audience.
Then what are you so nervous about? Are you sure it doesn't belong to you?
I told you it's none of your business.
Oh, Betty, why do you act like this? Can't you see I'm trying to help you?
But I don't want your help. Go away and leave me alone.
Everything under control, Betty?
I hope so, Mr. Walton.
What's the matter, Betty?
Oh, nothing. I'm excited, I guess. You see, I've never run away before, and my father will...
Now everything is going to be all right.
And we will wire him as soon as we're married.
Of course. Just as soon as we're married. Only, we'd better think about getting away first. Now, the second act is nearly over. Right after the intermission, we'll leave the theater separately and meet down at the station. Did you bring your bag?
Yes, it's here.
Good. Oh, here's some toilet articles. You know, comb and brush and... well, I didn't have room in my bag. Would you mind putting them in yours?
No, of course not. I'd like to, because you see, it sort of makes me feel that I was helping you already.
Yes, certainly. Bye-bye, darling. Till after intermission.
And she's got her bag up in the check room. But suppose she is running away with Walton, as you say. What can you do? After all... Yeah, that's it. What can I do? What'll her father say? Oh, is that all you're worried about? No, of course not. Betty and I were raised together. I'm crazy about her. Have been all my life, but... Oh, well, what's the use? She's stuck on him. And when a girl's stuck, she's stuck. Oh, buck up, son. Second act curtain in 1 minute. Then the last act, yes. And remember, there's a matinee tomorrow.
All you got to do is just keep your chin up.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Hello, Betty.
Good evening, Miss Adams.
Hello there, Boy Scout. Done your good deed for today?
No, but I have hopes.
Want a check?
No, thanks. Give it to charity.
What's he so happy about tonight?
I don't know.
See you later.
Oh, hello there, Dan.
Hello. I'm expecting to hear from you.
You will.
Oh, I think you're wonderful.
Thank you, my dear. From your own garden, I suppose. Oh, top you. Have a cigar. Oh, thanks very, very much. Oh, sweet service, sweet. Thank you.
Hello there. I thought I'd come and see your show since I've written so much about you and the theater.
Oh, yes. Thanks very, very much.
See what you've done to him?
Would you autograph my program, please?
Name? Agnes.
I think he does rather nicely. Besides, didn't you do it to him?
Who, me? Well, it was your story.
You won't admit a thing, will you? Well, honest John, of all people, well, how you do? How's the old snake doctor?
Not for now. Well, you're all dressed up like a horse. I feel like a tomato surprise.
Oh,
Come on, let's get off of the merry-go-round.
oh, John, we must talk over old times.
Right down, we'll have a nice tasty day. Gee, it's good to see you, little Langdon. Where'd you come from, and how are the eerie Langdon?
Well, we were in the audience. Pop dropped Billy in a triple somersault, and the act broke up.
And Willie?
He broke up, too. But how about you, John? I saw you in a news video.
In Kansas?
No, in Chicago.
Oh,
Well, Lil, they don't know anything about the carnival here.
No, don't worry about me. I'm as safe as an $8 girdle.
Thanks, Lil. What are you doing here?
Well, I finally caught up with that husband of mine, and I thought I'd let him support me for a while.
Husband? Why, I never knew you were married. Is he in the profession?
Oh, sort of. He's treasurer here. Blake Walton.
Walton?
Yes.
You stay right here, Lil, will you? I want you to tell somebody what you just told me.
Sure, but make it snappy. I want to catch that third act.
Okay. Has the crab black kid glove been turned in, Betty?
No, not yet.
Well, he may show up later. My, but you look mighty pretty tonight. Kind of keyed up and excited, eh?
Yes, I am.
You and Eddie stepping out?
Well, no, that is, oh, I've got to tell someone, and I know I can trust you.
Hmm?
I'm running away to be married.
No! Well, then you don't want to stay here behind this door. I'll relieve you. You run on out now and take a little walk for yourself.
But don't you think they'll mind?
Oh, of course not. Wait a minute. You see that lady sitting over there across the lobby? You go over there and tell her that I sent you.
Oh, but I don't see why.
That's all right now. You just go over there and ask for Mrs. Walton.
Walton?
Mrs. Walton. Yes. Go on. Go on. Run along with you now. Go on.
Are you Mrs. Walton?
Yes. Sit down, honey. So Honest John asked me to tell you that he's my husband. Oh, gee, I hate to hurt you, kid, but, you know, that's how it is. Oh, John.
Did you tell her?
Yep. I gave her both barrels.
Where is she?
Just ran upstairs for a good cry.
Fine. Thanks, Lil.
Well, can I go inside and see who did the killing?
Sure. Go ahead.
Have a sitting here, John.
Same to you. Many up. What are you doing with your uniform off?
I'm getting out of here for good.
Oh, no, you're not, young man.
Oh, yes, I am. Try and stop me.
Wait a minute. Betty's upstairs waiting for you. Now hop put it up there and talk fast.
Where? Where is she?
On the muslin. Come on! Yeah. Right.
Where's Betty? When'd she leave the check room? I don't know, Mr. Walton. Honest John Brady was here a few moments ago. Hi.
Having trouble, Walton?
Oh, hello, Dan. Yes, sometimes these lockers get jammed.
Well, maybe I can help you. I ought to have a pass key that'll fit that. Yeah, that does it. Hello, what's that doing in there? Wasn't figuring on taking a little trip, were you? Wait a minute. This looks familiar.
Were you looking in my locker?
Your locker?
Yes.
What's Betty's bag doing in it?
Why, Eddie gave it to me. He didn't have room for it in his
Now, wait
locker.
a minute. Eddie didn't have room for it, so he gave it... That don't make sense.
I guess we can't keep the secret any longer. Eddie and Betty were running away to get married.
What? Well, bless my eyes. Is that right, kid? Well, why didn't you tell me?
Well, you see, we didn't know how you take it.
Take it? Why, honey, that's the very finest thing in the world for you. Eddie. Here now. Go on, get out of here. I got business to tend to.
Why,
Wait a minute. Before we go, I'd better return your razor and things.
thank you.
There now. There, that's enough of that. Get along with you. Eddie, if you need anything, wire me. And you send me a postcard, Betty.
We'll be all right. Goodbye, Mr. O'Reilly.
Goodbye, kid. Goodbye. Now then, what was your razor doing in her bag?
Well, you see, Betty and I were sort of...
You're a liar, Walton. Let me see that package. Nice fella. Rob the box office and then use a kid like that to get the money out for you. And I suppose you figured you'd have me on the spot if anything happened.
Not at all. Barney knows all about the money. He gave it to me.
Oh, he did he? Not if I know Barney. Come on, we'll go up and see him.
Right there.
Come on, you're in on this, too.
So what are we going to do?
I don't know. I took the job of getting you publicity.
Well, that's right, and we got it. But it's a boomerang.
Well, you're the manager. I'm only the publicity man.
I'm not... Oh, wait a minute. Nick, will you? That desk costs money. What's this? More trouble?
What's it? Your box office is cleaned out. It's in there, Barney. This bird was just leaving with it. He had an out all set, but it failed, and now he says you gave him the money.
I gave him the money. I gave... The robber!
That settles that.
Oh, no, it doesn't. I've still got it out. I'll tell you now what you wanted to know yesterday. Lee Adams and Barney here framed the sandwich man gag. Honest John is a fake. He's the one they want out
That's enough
there.
of that.
Is there something going on here I should know about? Well, introduce me, John. My husband seems to be tongue-tied.
Oh, yes, of course. This is Mrs. Walton, gentlemen.
How do you
Mrs.
Mrs. Walton, what?
Mrs. Walton, your husband is anxious to leave town.
Well, that seems to be a failing of his.
And since he's in a little trouble, we're all in favor of it. Could you handle the matter for us?
Leave him to me. Come on, honey.
Listen, Walton, don't ever mention what you were saying in there, or I'll come and get you myself.
Don't worry. The only thing he'll say from now on is, yes, ma'am. Come on, baby.
Come on, you two.
I wish I'd gone to Florida.
Cigarette, Lee? That.
Come on, let's get this over with.
Get what over with?
This business. You heard what Walton said. I'm the man you want. I didn't save the theater's money.
What do you mean? I was down in the locker room myself. There was at least $3,000 in that package.
Thanks, Dan.
Hello, little boy blue. Feel better?
Everything's hunky-dory.
You know, you remind me of a fellow named John Brady. Funny. Same name. Wanted out in Kansas.
I'm...
But I understand that John Brady died.
Yes. That John Brady died. My public.
Well, make it snappy, and then go get out of that monkey suit so we can go get a drink.
Hey, you have a cold. What you need is a bottle of Dr. Brady's Indian snake oil. The preparation in this bottle was given to me by my old friend, Chief Indian High Hat of the Chapeau. It's good for cough, colds, hoarseness, sore throat, and clears your throat just like a bell. I never gave a bottle away in my life. But here, it's yours. Take it, my friend, and use it.
Say, look, I know of a place up on the drive where you can reach right up in the sky and pick stars.
Are you sure it's not just a backdrop and a light effect?
No. This is actually on the level.
Congratulations, sir. I'm glad you enjoyed the show.
It was a wonderful show.
And as I've always said, honesty is the best policeman.